All right, everybody, tonight is our YouTube training part 2. So the part 1 basically was how to set up your channel, some of the nuances of the back office of YouTube. But tonight we're actually going to go over the best way to use YouTube. So tonight I think you guys will actually have kind of an epiphany. A lot of you have not been using YouTube. Maybe you downloaded some videos just so you can get a link and shared it out. I think that's, the general consensus from most everybody. But I'm going to show you tonight how you can really bring out the power of YouTube to get leads and sales for your business. So hang tight, because tonight is definitely going to be a ride. Okay, so one of the important things that I want you to understand about YouTube is there are steps, and it's much like using a blog. It takes time to build up an audience that will repeatedly come back and look for your content. It takes time to build a channel and a presence there to where somebody goes, oh, well, I know this person's putting out content every week. Let me go back and check to see what they have new. So that's something that does take time to build. So just be aware of that and don't get discouraged, because when you have a new channel, it's not an overnight thing. It's just like a blog, and it will build with every share. People will start subscribing to your channel. Okay, so like I said, there are some steps to have a great YouTube channel, and it's a great way to store your content and get a link to share on social media, even if you don't have a website. But there's some things you need to do to make the most of your channel, like I was saying. That's what we're going to be going over tonight, these steps. Having a great cover, a logo for brand awareness, checking your competition, using keyword searches prior to creating content, making sure your content is on purpose, adding a call to action, and setting up your descriptions properly, keywording your videos, and sharing on social media to increase your channel views. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going over tonight. All right, the very first thing that you want to do is you want to have a good cover photo. We've actually done a lot of training on how to create some graphics in Canva and PicMonkey, for social sharing. Well, this is another way to put that training to use, because you're going to want to create a cover for every video. A lot of people will just download a YouTube video and then use whatever picture that YouTube populates, but that's not really the best way to make use of your channel, because this is like free advertising, if you want to think of it that way. You can actually quickly tell the viewer what your video is about, let them know who you are, let them know how to contact you, and have your logo there for more brand awareness. Because the more your logo is seen, the more people get familiar with it, and they associate that with you. So you can see in this picture, this is actually one of my very good friends, Chris Kirkpatrick, and he has the name of his video, Why Dave Ramsey Is Not a Good Investment. He has his name here and his little logo slogan. He's the Safe Bet Money Guy. And then, of course, he has his Life 180 logo. So, he's really done a great job of letting people know what the channel's about and, what's going on with this particular video. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here, hold on. Sorry guys, the slider is not advancing. There we go. We're going to be checking your competition. That's the very first place you really want to start when you're starting to do your homework about YouTube. Okay, so you're going to create what we call a keyword search list. And you want to spend some time doing this. And it's basically you're checking out what your competitors are doing. So you have to determine who that person is. You know, like if you are in a particular niche and there's somebody who's doing really, really well in that niche with you, then that would be the person that you want to check out. So you're going to check out their websites, their YouTube channel, their other social channels, and just get a feeling for what they're doing. Get an idea, do they use a lot of hashtags in their posts? If you see hashtags, write them down. Those are their keywords. That's what they're utilizing to get people to, you know, to connect with them. So that's the first place you start, is by checking out your competition. So you're going to get familiar tonight a little bit with some tools that you can actually use to check out your competition. One of the best ones out there is Alexa.com, but let me tell you, it's expensive. The big boys use this one. But they do have a lot of free training on this site. I'm going to stop PowerPoint for just a second. And I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Can you raise your hand, guys, if you guys can actually see this? Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right, so this is Alexa.com, and I want you guys to see this just because I want to make sure you know it's not anything I'm telling you to go out and buy. None of you guys are ready for that. I don't even use it in that capacity. But if you will get familiar with the site, you can see what it has to offer. And that's part of, you know, the learning process, is finding out the things that are out there that can help you with tracking, you know, knowing your metrics, that kind of thing. So they have a lot of information. They even have a resource. They have ebooks, video tutorials, and they have a blog. So this is a fantastic way to actually get in here and learn a little bit more about keywords and keyword tracking, okay? Now, another place that you can actually use, and I suggest this one. This one is called Monitor Backlinks, and it's a backlink and keyword tracking tool. It's not, you know, not that expensive, but it, you know, you definitely want to make sure you have your own website before you're investing money in something like this. But if you have your own personal website, having tracking tools is very important, because it's going to help you know where you're spending your efforts and what you're doing, not doing, what's going to help, what's not going to help, okay? So this is one for you guys to check out too. I have a link in the PowerPoint. The other one is something that I actually use, and I highly suggest this one. This one is a one-time $149, but you never have to pay for it again. You can download a free copy of this, and it's going to give you some training on keywords, keywords tracking. But what this does is it helps you find those keywords that are not necessarily the highest ranked keywords that are out there, but they're going to be the middle of the road keywords that if you did some content on it and shared it out, you could actually rank page 1 with it. Because some keywords are overdone. And there's so much content out there for that keyword that if you try to do content and rank #1 on Google, you better have a really large audience to make that happen. So this is a really good way to find those keywords that are actually going to hit for you. And what I mean by hit, it means that you can actually rank on page 1, upper page 2 of Google. Okay, so this link is also in our PowerPoint, but I definitely highly suggest checking this out. And you, like I said, you can download a free copy. There's some free training in there. And then if you can go ahead and grab it up, I definitely suggest grabbing it up. Okay, so that is, let's go back to, that is basically how you're going to check out your competition by using some of these tools. Okay, so your keyword search prior to creating content. And this is actually really important, guys, because let me tell you a little story. I used to create content just because I thought it was something good to create about. You know, I just had like that feeling, that moment, oh, okay, well, this is something I want to talk about. And so I'd create content, and then it was like crickets. It's like, well, what the hell? But then finally, you know, I got some training, and they said, you know, really and truly, you want to, yes, be passionate about what you're writing about, but you want to make sure that you're not wasting time too, because we're all busy people, and we're in this business to actually make money, but we're also in it to serve. So that's why if we do keyword searches and we're making sure that this information is hidden with our customer avatars, we get the best of both worlds. You know, we're going to rank on Google and YouTube. We're going to actually provide information that's valuable to our audience. But like I said, we're also going to get the rank, which, as you know, the more your content's seen, the more likely you are to make a sale from what you've shared. So I highly suggest spending some time creating a list of keywords that would be important to your business. So you can just kind of start writing a list, doing some keyword searches, and kind of help narrow it down. And this is another area where the Market Samurai that I just showed you guys will help you do an extensive keyword search. And like I said, it does have a lot of great SEO training included. So it will really help you understand what you're doing a little bit more around keyword searches. Okay, so some tools for doing keyword searches. Obviously, Google, YouTube. You can definitely do some keyword search on YouTube. SEO Book has a free keyword search tool. The Content Samurai, which I've given you the link. KeywordShitter.com has a keyword search tool, and KeywordsEverywhere.com. Okay, so those are the top ones that I use, and I suggest using several when you're making this list, because you want to have a nice, good, long list so you don't have to keep coming back and doing it over and over and over again. Okay, so this is an example of page 1 of my keyword search. Okay, you can see how I started with social media marketing and how many hits I got for that. And I just kind of started coming up with words. And as I found words, I'd write them down. You know, anything that I could think of that would potentially be beneficial to writing an article about, or doing a training on, or giving some tips about, I'd do the keyword search, and I'd look at the numbers, and I'd write it down. And I probably have about 5 pages. So now that I've done this really long list of searches, I'll have, you know, kind of a plan that when I actually go and write an article, you know, say I do one on how to do social media marketing, and that looks like maybe 1,000 and something. I can't really tell what that number is, but say that that's maybe not the best keyword search for that article, and so I could change it to social media marketing as the keyword, but how to do social media marketing would be what I call a related keyword. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. But when you're doing keyword searches, you do want to pay attention to what the related keyword searches pop up, because those will also be within your niche, and it helps you create a really nice long list. So let's do this. And what I mean by that is, y'all should see my screen. Raise your hand if you see my screen. Okay. All right. So I do social media marketing. Okay. So the volume here is 135,000 a month. So if I just hit that back bar, I'm going to see this. How to do social media marketing. These are related keywords. Social media marketing business, social media marketing definition, social media marketing strategy. I would think that that would be a really, really good one for me. Social media marketing articles. So you can see if I put things like that up. So if I just say, speaking, okay, so here's one for James, speaking engagements. All right, so we had like 1,600 on that, and then here's some related, how to get speaking engagements at conferences, at churches, colleges, near me. So that would be different related. And so if you're using, some people can't get this number count on Google, so that's why I tell people to use some different. So let's see if we use SEO Book, because this is a free tool. Go under Tools, and then where it says Keyword Tool. Shoot, I gotta log in. Sorry about that. Okay. See if it'll let me have it now. All right. So under Keyword Tool, I'm going to put in social media marketing. And I'm going to hit submit. Okay. So this one's a little different. I've got social media marketing, but here is the list of related keywords. Okay. And it's going to show you, here is a little different. It's got the US monthly, daily, Google Bing, traffic value, the UK daily. So this one does give you a little bit of different information, but it's the same way. You're going to be pulling up those related keywords. Okay. All right. But just like I said, just start a list and keep working your list from there. All right, so creating content on purpose. You know, after you've checked out your competition and you've got a really great list of keywords to, you know, start writing information on, you want to make sure that you're connecting with your customer avatar, because if you're not, what's the reason, you know? And why do I call it content on purpose? It's because the content is crafted to offer value to the customer avatar, but it's also crafted for you to rank on the major search engines. So that's why it's content on purpose. You've done your research. You don't want to invest time and money into something that's not going to get views to your website, social media, or offers. You know, creating content is a money-making machine. If you use it well and you plan it out, you will make money. And this is why we talked a while back about having a content calendar, so you can have the whole month planned out of how you're going to break down your information, break it down by the week, by the day, and how you're going to write it out, deliver it, you know, all of that. So that way you know every single day what you're supposed to be doing as far as your content. Okay, so creating your content calendar plan. You're going to use the keywords from your list, and you're going to create a topic that would be valuable to your customer avatar. You're going to take that topic and you're going to stretch it out as far as you can go with it. It might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, or you can make that topic last for the entire month. But whatever it is you do, make sure that you break down each piece of what you're talking about, so it's more like a journey for the customer. So they want to come back next week. So, I mean, the next time that they know that you're going to be delivering more information. So whatever you give them today, make sure that they know that there's another piece coming. That's the key to the content planning. And so at the end of it, you want to make sure, oh, well, you know, next week we're going to do part 3 of YouTube training or what have you. So that way they absolutely know what they're coming back for next time. So within this content plan, you want to make sure that the day that you're going to create the first piece of content, that you have those keywords written down that are relatable to that topic. And you have them written down on your calendar. So every time you go to start sharing that, you're using those keywords in your copy. Because you know how when you share a piece of content on Facebook, you've got to write a little something. So if you write a little something with those keywords, or you use that hashtag on Twitter, and then that way you stay consistent to what you're sharing. Okay, so here is the weekly content plan. And if you guys follow this and you start getting in the habit of doing this, eventually you can start adding it, you know, like more days per week. And I know some people who do this every day. How they do it, I do not know. I think people that do it every day obviously have a team, because this is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you. So what you do is you start off by creating your Facebook Live. You're going to download that Facebook Live to your YouTube channel. You're going to take that YouTube video and put it on your blog. You're going to write about 300 to 350 words to describe your video content on your blog. Then you're going to take your blog link and you're going to share it out to social media sites. And I've also got a little list of additional ways to build backlinks, but that's a talk for another day. But just so you guys know, if you don't have a blog yet, what you would do is you would create a Facebook Live, download it to your YouTube, and then you would share out the YouTube video, and that's where you would stop. So you would actually take that YouTube video and share it out on social media links. But if you have your own blog, you definitely want to put that video on the blog write a little bit of something about it, and share the blog link. And I highly recommend that if you guys do not have your own personal website yet, that is something that you really need to start inspiring to do. Okay? Because your website is home base for everything. And to build a business online, you need to be on a WordPress website, because you're going to be able to put in the plugins and things like that that you need to build a business. And it will, you can start this website, build it, have it grow with you, and not have to constantly go back and forth fixing things or changing over, that kind of thing. Okay, so that is the content plan. All right, so because I did say I was going to give you a little bit of information about how to create some backlinks, these are places that will create backlinks to your website, but we're going to talk about this next week. Just want you guys to know that that is possible. And by backlinks, it means hooking up to other sites that will actually have your link on their site, and Google shows, and Bing, or the search engines basically see that as, oh, well, this site has some authority, so let me show this information more. So that's what creating backlinks means to you as a business owner. It means that you're going to get seen by the search engines more. So this, like I said, this is something we're going to go into next time, but I just want you guys to be aware. Okay. So another really important thing when you're doing your videos, always, always, always have a call to action. This is the part that most people miss because they hate asking for the sale, but it doesn't necessarily have to be you asking for the sale. It could be maybe you're doing a Facebook Live and you want them to sign up for a webinar. So at the end of your Facebook Live, you tell them, hey, make sure that you go to www whatever and sign up for my webinar. We'll see you on the webinar, blah, blah. Or wherever it is that you want to send them to, whatever it is, the action that you want them to take. Do you want them to sign up for your email list so they can get a free giveaway? What is the call to action you want them to do? Make sure that you say it before you end that live. Then on each piece of content that you create, you're going to add another call to action. So it's going to be within your video, but then it's also going to be in the description of your YouTube. It's also going to be in the comments of your Facebook, in a link on Twitter. It's going to be everywhere you share it. You're going to have that call to action, letting them know what they need to do. So this is another reason why you really want to plan your links out and have them ready. Because you're going to share different types of links, maybe back to the same thing on different places, and I'll show you that in just a minute. One thing that I've done in the past, and I've seen a lot of people do, is you can have the link that you want to send them written down really boldly on a flashcard, and then when you're doing your Facebook Lives, you can share it. Or like if you have a whiteboard, you could already have it written at the top of the whiteboard, something like that, that's within their view. So that is something, if you go ahead and have your links planned out and you're not last minute thinking about it, then you're more likely to make sure that that call to action gets into the video. Okay, so where to put your call to actions? Like we just said, in videos, while you're still live, make sure you tell them what you want to do. And then you can drop it in the comments section of either the Facebook Live or the YouTube description area. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But then when you're doing a social post, you do not want to put it in the top part of the Facebook. You want to put it in the comments. So you do your post your post, and then come back and put the link in the comments. You place it within the post of Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google+, and Pinterest. So the only place that you don't put it within the post is Facebook. Okay? It's because they don't like links, and they won't show your stuff if you do. All right. So another way to really get to figuring out how you're doing as far as sharing your information is by tracking your links. So if you have your own website, I highly suggest that you get Pretty Links, and it's a plugin. It is a paid plugin, but it is well worth it. You can create link shorteners, and you can track these links. Another thing you can do, if you don't have your own website, you can use Bitly links. They do have a little bit of a free thing going on. I'm not sure how many links you get with Bitly, but when you pay, you get a little bit more robust tracking. But it's worth it to know, like, okay, if I have a webinar that I want people to sign up to, and I create a Bitly link that I'm going to share on Twitter, and I create a Bitly link that I'm going to share on Facebook, and I share this link, and it tells me that sharing it on Facebook got more views than sharing it on Twitter. Or it tells me a certain time of day was better to share it. How much would that information be worth to you? Especially when we're all working as hard as we're working, you know? So that is why tracking your links is really important. It's important to know what you're doing, what you're not doing. Are you connecting with your avatar? Are people looking at your stuff? You know, are people clicking on these links? So, you know, that's highly valuable to you as a marketer. All right, so another thing is you want to make sure that you're making the most of what I call your free space. And every social media platform has an area where you can type in information about your business. So you want to make sure that you're making the most of all of these spaces. Your Facebook business fan page, Google Plus page, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, they all have them where you can put in information about your business, put in a link to your website. Like for instance with Instagram, you can, every time you make a post, you can put something within that. But on your profile, you can only have one link. You know, but I see people on there that don't have a link at all. I'm like, whoa. So if you don't have a website, link back to a piece of material that you've created, and you have a Bitly link for it. You know, maybe you have a landing page creator, and you have a link to the landing page, and you want people to go to that landing page. You don't have to have a website to make the use of this stuff. So if you've got a landing page creator, create some information on there, share those links out on your free spaces. Always, always use every single advantage you can of a place to put your information for people to connect with you. All right, so this is also an example of how to best set up your YouTube description. So as soon as you download a YouTube video, you're going to have that bottom space where it's going to, you know, let you fill out some information. And this is what they're showing. This is like this guy went to the guru to get this information. And this is an example of how to set it up. So you're going to have your, up here at the top, you're going to have the name of what the video is about. Dave Ramsey, life insurance, not a good investment. You're going to have the link to your video channel. So right here, make sure not to miss the video from Chris. Click here to subscribe. So that's the link to his YouTube channel. Here's the link to the video itself again. And then he writes a little bit of content about what this video is about. And then he's got dividers. He's got his name, his little slogan, his website, his Facebook. So like if you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you have, put it there. And then here's the link to this particular video. So that's the actual video that this is about. And then they have said that the best category for information, if you're educating someone or you're training someone, you're educating someone on a topic, giving them value of any kind, the best category to use is education. All right. Ah, you knew this was coming. Okay, so your homework. All right, we're going to follow the plan. We're going to create a Facebook Live, download it to YouTube, which you guys have already kind of been supposed to be working on this anyway. You're going to share it to your blog if you have one. If not, you're going to share it to social media. The goal of this is to start doing at least one Facebook Live per week and taking that content and using it all over social media. So if we go back to, I'll go back to that plan in just a second. If you follow that plan and create that one Facebook Live, then the work you do from there will follow you out through the week. And then you have something that you're sharing throughout the week. And so tip number one, make sure that you set a day to go live so people start getting used to when you're going live. But a few days before that, do a post to remind them that you're going to go live. And then maybe about an hour or so before you go live, do another post. And then also, if you have a new YouTube channel, or even if it's not new, start doing some posts on your different social medias and asking people to go subscribe to your channel. Okay. And then, so what I'd like for everybody also to do is go ahead and go get a content calendar and start planning out your content for the month of October. So that way the whole month of October, you've got a plan about what you're going to talk about, how many days you're going to go live, and then that way you know what you're going to be sharing throughout the week. And so I would say don't do any more than that's going to overwhelm you. But if you can do 2 Facebook Lives a week and get those downloaded and share it out to social media, you're doing great. You know, if you do 1 a week, you're doing wonderful. So I would say just start with 1 a week, start with the process, see how long it actually takes you. If it's something you zip right through, great, add another day. You know, but you need to plan that content out. All right, so for the next training, we're going to be going over some of the backlink building strategies, traffic strategies, and I'm going to start helping you guys do a live keyword search. So next time, bring your keyword search questions and we'll actually do it live. That sound good? All right, so I'm going to back this up. Okay, so this is the weekly plan that I'm talking about everybody follows for their homework. create the live, download it to YouTube, place the YouTube video on your blog. If you have one, if you don't, share it out to social media. If you do, write the description and share the blog link out to social media. Okay? All right. So I am going to end the slideshow and stop sharing. And everybody can unmute. Okay, let's see. Y'all know I can't answer questions when I'm doing that slideshow thing, right? Y'all are just chatting away. I'm like, oh, Lord. Okay. Okay, y'all look like a deer in the headlights.
Because we are.
I can't wait for keyword lesson.
Okay, questions?
Not a question, but to say to Aaron and Wendy, I'm glad y'all made it through the storm. And here in Tennessee, we say we're glad y'all got through there.
There you go.
We say y'all here too. Thank you.
That was horrible. I had a whole refrigerator full of beer I was trying to get through before the storm went by.
I left and went to a hotel because we were really concerned about losing power. Because we always lose power.
I don't know if you know this, James. James, I don't know if you know this, but Pamela refused to invite me to a cookout.
James, I think you've known me long enough, right? If it were possible, I would have, right?
Yeah, you're only like a 20-minute drive, aren't you?
I think so, if I put enough air in the tires.
There you go.
You need an airplane.
Okay. All right, questions, guys?
I have a question about the Facebook Live
Okay.
or the YouTube, or, you know, the YouTube video, right? So you do the Facebook Live, you load it up to YouTube, and you take the YouTube link and put it on the blog, right? Now, when you say share it to your blog, you mean put it in the media content?
Right, you're going to share the actual video onto the blog. So when you pull up that blog page, it's going to have a video on it.
Okay, that's where, like in that Thrive Architect thing, and it says, you know, plug in the video or image or whatever, you should put it in that.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And then you're going to write a description about that video.
Okay.
That'd be your words.
Okay.
You know, something like Jan Fansler, the greatest thing on God's green earth.
Yeah. Now, who would not want to know about that?
I know, right?
When you're creating your content calendar, and you've decided the topic that you're going to do the Facebook Live on, you also need to pick whatever links you're going to use to have them go to. So you want to make sure you have that picked out as well. You know, what product, service, whatever can I send them to that's related to this topic? So see, that's where the content calendar really brings everything together, because you can break out your subjects. You know, because if I'm talking about social media marketing, my God, there's only 100 topics I could talk about under that broad umbrella, right? So if I start breaking that out every day to a different subject, and then I find a product or a service that's going to match up with whatever I'm talking about, and I have all that written out and planned out. And, you know, if you sit down, probably good Sunday afternoon and plan it out for the month. And then that way, when you go to your calendar, you're like, okay, boom, this is what I got to talk about today. Now, you might have to go and spend a little time writing some bullet points for that talk, because you don't want to just go willy-nilly. But at least if you have the general broad idea of what you're going to talk about each time, it's not as much work and it doesn't seem as tedious and overwhelming to get it done. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do your presentations for your videos, much like what we discussed as we were doing the PowerPoint presentations. All the PowerPoint does is give you a brief roadmap to guide you along your path to the verbiage that you are spilling out to the audience. That is all it is. And just like what Wendy's talking about, utilizing this calendar, social media marketing, she can come up with 80 bazillion things to talk about. If you have a calendar, much like what she's talking about, you can jot down the things that you're talking about when, and this will prevent you from duplicating your efforts, particularly too soon, because then you just sound repetitive, and you don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Such like if you're going to give a talk on, you live, let's say somewhere like the Caribbean, and you're going to have a cookout, and you were going to discuss people you were not going to invite.
How did I not know where this was going?
I'm never going to leave it alone.
Welcome to Pam.
Okay, Wendy, I'm cooking on Sunday. I think there's some flights leaving your area. Oh, gosh. Oh.
Yeah. But if you would do your videos, utilize the YouTube, just like Wendy was telling you about, some great information in that slide. I do hope y'all go to the back office and take a look at it. There's some really good bullet points in there for y'all to pick up on. There again, we'll be putting together more and more training for you. I think I put it in the chat, but if knowledge is key and you have this knowledge, no door will ever be locked to you. So if there's anything we can ever do to help you, to clarify for you, please let us know.
And I will also update you guys a little bit. I am finally starting to get a little bit caught up. So I know that before all this hurricane illness drama started, I had told you guys that we were going to start another leveraged affiliate contest. So I do have a prize. I think I've got everybody set up as an affiliate except for maybe James. I'm not sure if I have you set up as an affiliate. So I need to get with you. And then after I check my list to make sure everybody is an affiliate, then maybe next week or the following week, we can go ahead and start that contest. I had done a post. You guys don't wait, because you've got affiliate links. Start telling people about it, use it, and make some money, because we definitely want to start growing this group.
Now, what did you say that prize was again, Wendy?
Trip to the Bahamas.
For a cookout.
For a cookout, that's it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to tell y'all what the prize is. It's a video creator, and it is amazing.
A video creator?
Yes, it is amazing.
Is that like a video editor? Is that what that is?
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Nah.
I'm ready to guess. Filmora?
But what I'm going to do is I want to get a little video snippet that shows the example of how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm going to post the prize, how it works, the day we start, and then you know, we'll run it for like a month and a half. That sound fine? Give you guys a month and a half to see who can hit top seller. And so that's the top seller prize. So I've got to come up with, because, you know, last time I did, if you guys got 10 people in, you got top prize. And if you got 5, you got second prize, which was pretty damn good. I think Jam got second prize last time. You got a lot of cool books.
I got a ton of books, man.
How many have you read?
3.
What's 3 in relevance to a ton?
Probably, what'd you give me, 6?
You got 6, yeah.
5? So 2/3.
Now, you only know I'm going to give you a hard time if I love you, right?
That is exactly right, but that's okay. I've read, you know, Rhinoceros. I'm ready for that.
Shana's just that popular. She knows everybody.
You know, and I did love the PowerPoint that was created. Wasn't that you that put that up there?
It was
Yeah.
me.
And it looked nice. I liked it.
I had some
Aroma
faults.
therapy.
I know there was some errors.
Well, if you know there were some errors, what did you just learn from that?
I did. I just haven't corrected it yet.
So what you did is you got better.
Yeah.
You moved forward. How do you get to the top of the stairs?
One step at a time.
You damn Skippy. So you did great. I was
Thanks.
so happy when I saw your post.
Like, I learned something that second class. I could not remember. And I
Yeah, the
told you
first and
this.
third class, you didn't learn shit, but the second one, yeah.
Maybe
Is that
I
all I heard?
Maybe I was paying attention. I was absent at the first class. I was absent.
No, I was severely thrilled. And there again, I cannot put it out there enough. For Wendy and I, for y'all, if there's anything we can ever do, please reach out.
Yeah, and that goes for the folks that are watching the replays too, because, you know, I know a lot of them have time constraints and stuff. So, you know, if you're watching replays, please do not feel left out. You know, post your questions in the group, message us privately, whatever you need to do to get your questions answered, because we want to make sure that this is not just a training group, but it's also a mentoring group. So, you know, we want to make sure you guys are growing where you need to grow. And
I need to learn how to do those backlinks, and I can't wait for that class because I found that the traffic is dropping off my site because I'm not doing enough promotion. And I guess backlinking helps.
Yeah, most definitely. And backlinking is kind of a higher level thing. It's not something that everyone's going to be ready to handle, but I'm putting this part of the training because it is something that is important. So if you're just starting out with your blog, just know that doing the Facebook Lives, putting it on YouTube, and sharing that blog link is a good place to start if you do it consistently. So creating backlinks is something that, you know, like I said, that's kind of a higher level skill. It takes time. It takes a lot of energy because it means having to sign up for a lot of sites and things like that. That's why the gurus, they have all these VAs and helpers and in-house staff. That's all they do all day. Is try to get their information a backlink. So, like I said, just know that it's not something that is an overnight play, but you just can take time and get it done.
cool.
Mhm.
Hi, Helen.
It's always quiet.
I know I haven't heard nothing.
I'm
from
just
her.
taking it in right now. I'm just taking it in.
I just didn't want you to think we didn't see you.
I'm here.
All right, guys. Well, it is the top of the hour. So if you have any questions when you watch the replay, just let me know. I'm going to create a PDF for that description. So that way y'all can have the PDF to print out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. And then for the rest of it, you can just kind of go by the slideshow.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks.
All right.
Ellen.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
apologize for the squeaking again tonight, but hopefully by next Tuesday, this will not be an issue. Love you guys.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, speedy recovery.
All right. Love
But
you.
I'm gonna stop the recording in a second, guys.